Sudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tatsmai Shri Gurave Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Shaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Kato Jayam Udirayat Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bonaktu Saviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinam Matitamastu Mahaviri Shavahai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Debo, we're back. And I guess Bhagavad Gita 7.15? 15? Oh yes, we were going to talk about the mutas and the sukritinas. Duskritis. Sorry, duskritis. So, muta means fool. And last episode we talked about how these two types of people, they will have no chance. So you see, they're like hard-working beasts of burden. It's in there. It says there. The Mudas are grossly foolish, like hard-working beasts of burden.
In the purport?
Yeah, in the purport. It talks about, it's like 4 paragraphs down. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th paragraph. It has a 1 at the beginning. They want to enjoy the fruits of labors by themselves. They don't want to part for anything. They want to give anything to Krishna, nothing. Yeah, he's satisfied by very small material things. Fear of his master. He works so hard for his master, he doesn't even really understand what his master does. Yeah. That's funny. The ass, they call him like a donkey. The ass sings poetry and philosophy sometimes, but this braying sound only disturbs others. This is a fruitive worker. And it means that he doesn't really understand who he's working for. I feel like my father like this. He worked his whole life, inevitably complaining about the rich people who he's working for. And just kind of does it, but doesn't even understand why he has to work. So the other one is the duskriti, or the miscreant. I don't know, what do they say miscreant is in Nihongo?
You mean the second?
Yeah, the second one. The lowest of mankind.
Yes.
Atama. Narahatama, the lowest human. Yeah. They are socially and politically developed but have no religious principles. Right, of course, like they could, not in a country like Japan, but in a country where like the religion is the dominant political and social force, they'll participate in it, but they won't be at all connected to the inner spiritual aspect.
で日本はね全然そうじゃないけど、かなり宗教がどっぷり何か一個入ってるような国ではそれをもとに社会や政治が動いていくけど、でも一体その宗教の教えが何なのかっていうのはまるで響いてない人たちですね。
Yeah. He very easily, like, Maya just consumes his brain.
そういう人はもうマヤに見事にやられちゃうわけですね。
Yeah, so, you know, just understand.
理解しましょうね。
Certain people, they'll never understand yoga. Never.
ヨガの話をどういうふうに言ったって全然伝わらない人っていうのはいます。
This is why, like, you can try to talk about these topics a lot, but outside of this course, like, it looks like I talk about this all the time. I do with my students and people like this, but generally with people, I don't talk about this.
で、この TTC 中はね、こういった話だけを僕はするし、普段こういう話をいっぱいしてそうに思うかもしれないけど、僕の生徒とか以外の普通の人に対してヨガの話なんかしませんから。
Just kind of listen and embody.
Sorry?
Listen and embody. Show an example.
そうだね。もうただこの教えを耳にして、それが自分の血肉になって、おのずとそういう生き方になっていくっていうものですからね。
Yeah, this is the surefire way.
それが一番いい、間違いないヨガの身につけ方ですね。
There's the third one, the Mayaya Parhita Gyanaha.
で、3個目がマヤヤパプリタニャナハ。
They're like overeducated.
頭でっかちな人、勉強しすぎ。
Overeducated. They know too much.
知りすぎ頭で。
And it's made their intellect so tight that it doesn't allow for anything else in.
もう頭での勉強をしすぎて、ルールがいっぱい頭に入りすぎて、それ以外のことに対応できない人。
Yeah. The brain, yeah. There's many people like this.
そういう人いっぱいいるよね。
Many people like this.
たくさんいますよ、こういう人。
Yes, the intellect becomes the obstacle.
自分のその知性っていうものも障害に邪魔するものになることもあり得るわけですね。
They don't allow for the heart to say anything.
心から何か言葉が溢れてくるっていうことを頭が止めちゃう人たちね。
Yeah. And Prabhupada says that's the most prevalent of the three right now in the modern age.
現代においてこの類の人が一番多いっていうことですね。
Yeah. There's the fourth one. Asuram bhavam ashritaha.
で、第4段階がアシュランバーバンアシュリタハ。
Or those of demonic principles.
もう悪魔的な邪悪な考えをする人たち。
Openly atheistic. They're straight up against everything. Openly. Yeah.
思いっきりもう隠さずに神なんているわけないじゃんっていうタイプの人ですね。
Yeah, they're straight up against anything spiritual, totally mundane materialists through and through.
もう骨の髄まで全て物質しかないって思ってる人ね。
Yeah, so he says those are the four: the foolish people, the lowest, the speculators, and the professed atheists. He says at the end of the last one.
なのでひどく愚かな人たち、最低の人類、迷ってしまっている頭でっかちな人、当たり前に神はいないと人前で言う人、この 4種類の人たちがどうにもならない人。
Yeah, they might be your husband, your wife, your parents, your children, your friends.
もしかしたらそういうこの中のどれかに該当する人が親だったり友達だったり、家族だったりすることもあるかもしれないですね。
Oops. Oh my God. So let's do next one.
次行きましょうか。
Or rather, our first one. Nanatenju Ruku 7.16. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jnana sukritino arjuna artho jignasur artarti jnani cha bharatar shabha chaturvidha bhajanti mam jnana sukritino arjuna Arto jignyasurartarthi jnani cha bharatar shabaha. O best among the Bharatas, 4 kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me: the distressed, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the absolute.
バーラタ家の最高のものよ、私への献身奉仕を始める経験、とても清く美しい人々には4種類ある。苦悩、苦しむ人、富を求める者、好奇心が強い人、そして絶対者の知識を求める人である。
So you fit into one of these 4 categories.
なので、みんなはこの4つのどれかに入ってるはずだね。
Maybe you went through too much hell.
もしかしたらもう地獄を経験しすぎたのか。
Maybe you desire wealth.
富を求めて豊かになりたいのか。
Maybe you can't stop asking questions.
質問お化けか。
Or maybe you want to know you're searching for the absolute. You're a direct searcher.
か、もう直球で神、絶対的なもののことを知りたいのか。
Yes. Yeah. So, and we can decide which one we are.
自分はどれだろうと思ってね、考えてみて。
Yeah.
Maybe I have a question.
Yeah.
So we are born here, and our duty is to remember Krishna
Yeah.
because it's in exchange of our life.
Yes. Right.
But we never ask to live, or maybe have we forgotten something? So, what would it be?
Probably we forgot. Like
Yeah.
I'd like. Yeah.
まあ私たちはここに生まれて、で、まあ交換というかクリシュナを通して生まれて、で、でも生きたい、生まれたいと言ってない、それをでも忘れちゃっただけなのかどうなんでしょうか。
Like we talked about this already last week. Did you remember what you ate for dinner on Tuesday?
先週の火曜、何食べたか覚えてますか？
Like here, it's easy. We had fruit porridge,
ここだとフルーツポリッジね。簡単ですね、夕飯は。
and then even before that, fruit porridge.
で、その前の日だって
But generally,
フルーツポリッジね。
generally our memory is very bad.
僕たちの記憶力っていうのは良くないですよね。
Actually, what sticks in our brain is strange sometimes. What we remember compared to what it was.
で、実際それが何だったかと自分たちが記憶しているものっていうのは全然違う時もあるしね。
So I would say it's because we forgot.
なので、僕は私たちは生まれてきたいって思ったことを忘れちゃってるんだと。
And that's because the world is bewildering.
なぜならこの世の中はもう生きているだけで迷ってしまうものだ。
Even you start the day, I'm gonna remember this, and then by the end of the day, you're like, oh, I totally forgot about that. Right?
一日の初めに今日はこれ忘れないようにしようって言って忘れちゃうことありますよ
Did
ね。
this happen to anybody before?
それがあったことある人、はい。
If you don't have your hand up, you must be sleeping.
手を挙げてない人は今眠くて挙げ忘れただけでしょうね。
And you know, and how much of our life have we slept through?
どれだけの人生で寝過ごしてきましたかね。
I don't know. I don't remember.
覚えてない。忘れちゃったよね。
Long time. I think it's forgetfulness. I think, yeah. But so it says, like when you get sadhu sangha, when you get into contact with a devotee, association of a pure devotee, then automatically something clicks inside of us.
でも、ごめんね。でも、そのこの修行者、魂の道に行くサドゥ、サットナ、サンガと出会うと、それがきっかけになってすぐ思い出せる。
So the 3 depths will help us to realize what we forgot.
The 3
Depths.
oh debts. Ah yes. Yeah. The 3 debts also help us to satisfy the life's goals.
で、じゃあその前に教わった3つの借りを返していくことで思い出していけるんでしょうか。それもあるけど、3つの借りに関しては、この人生で目指すべきとこに行くのを助けてくれますね。
So you can see like the modern Western culture.
現代の西洋の文化ね。
They've pulled out all meaning of life basically.
基本的に人生の意味を全部抜いちゃったような文化でね。
There's no meaning. There's nothing to live for other than just making money, it looks like.
もうお金を稼ぐ以外に、生きていく理由がないような社会にされちゃってるよね。
They don't really want you to do anything.
何もしてほしく、何もさせよう、何もできることがないような社会。
Even doing some big project like the ashram, doing this project is so hard. There's so many obstacles.
で、アシュラムをじゃあ作っていく。本当に障害だらけ、邪魔をするものだらけです。
You know, people around give obstacles, the government gives obstacles, there's obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. It's non-stop.
近所の人から、または政府から、うまく進まない問題にぶち当たるっていうのがずっと続いていきます。
Yeah, so not to mention your own obstacles that you put in front of yourself.
もちろん自分自身で作り出しちゃう問題もあるしね、全員ね。
Right? So it looks like in the world they don't want us to do anything except for just be a compliant, non-loud, non-moving too much capitalist robot, I guess.
基本的にうるさく何も言わずに変な動きもせずにただ資本主義のロボットとして機械として生きてほしいと思ってるのかな。
Say a cog.
Cog.
Like in a factory, you have all like
はいはいはい。
they want you to fit into that spot and
歯車、そうそう、ありがとう。
aguruma. Nice. Hi. So the people, like he says, the ones, those miscreants, those fools, they don't have spiritual goals. There's nothing beyond that stuff that attracts them to do anything.
なのでさっき出てきたダメな類の人たちっていうのは本当に物質的な目標以外、物質的なもの以外何も存在しない世界を生きてるんですね。
Yeah. And whatever path you got here to understand this stuff.
で、どういう人生を生きてきて今ここにいるか分かんないけれども、みんなこういったここで学んでいることを理解するための道を歩いてきたわけですね。
It's important. Try to understand. Like when you're heartbroken.
ちゃんと
When you're searching.
ちゃんと理解するのが大事だね。本当に心を痛めた時何があったかとかね。
Sometimes you think you're at your lowest point.
もう人生の最悪の状況だ今はって思う時にはあるよね。
But actually, it's not true.
そんなことはないですよ。
Yeah, sometimes what you perceive as your lowest point is actually a huge transition or a huge moment of change that sets you on a path which is altogether better for everyone.
最悪な状況と思いきや、実はそれだけ最悪だからこそ人生の方向を変えれる転換点にいるっていうこともあり得るからね。
Yeah. It's interesting. He says, you know, when those who are looking for money, the reason they're looking for money is because they want to be free from trouble. They understand, oh, I can have no stress, I can have no trouble if I have money.
で、富を求めるものっていうのはお金があればこの問題を取り除くことができるって思っている人たちね。
But then inevitably they understand that actually there's the money I get, it doesn't actually do anything to my inside.
ただ、その得たお金が自分の内側には何の影響も及ぼさないっていうことを理解するわけですね。
So those are like, sometimes you see a rich person become very, very involved in the Dharma.
で、お金をたくさん稼いでいるけれども、ダルマに生きていく人もたまにいますよね。
Like I talked to you about my Gurubai, who's like the richest Indian in America.
僕のグルバイでアメリカで一番お金を持っているインド人の話覚えてるかな？
Definitely, that's one of the reasons why he went on this path.
彼がこの道を歩んでいった理由はきっとそれでしょうね。
Yeah. So all material things, they don't satisfy, and they don't actually protect you from distress. They don't protect you from trouble.
どんだけお金があったって精神的なストレスとか、心の満たされない思いはお金、物では満たされないわけだね。
The rappers have a saying, more money, more problems.
で、ラッパーたちは金があるともっと問題が増えるって言いますよね。
The rappers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so I hope somehow, I wouldn't call myself a pure devotee, but I am a devotee, maybe on the lowest level of dust. hoping that Krishna's feet will someday step on me.
なので僕はどんな状況かって言ったら、献身者でも土ぼこりレベルなんだけど、たまたま僕という土ぼこりをいつかクリシュナが踏んでくれたらいいなって思ってる感じです。
But I hope somehow this association has done something to clarify your mind.
で、そんな僕だけれど、僕と過ごした時間の中でみんなの、心、頭、意識が、きれいに研ぎ澄まされていっていたらいいなと思います。
717 Tesham yani nitya yukta ekha bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnani no tyartam aham sacha mama priya Tesham yani nitya yukta ekha bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnani no tyartam aham sacha mama priya. Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best, for I am very dear to him, and he is dear to me.
そういった人たちの中で完全なる知識を持って常に純粋な献身奉仕をしている者こそ一番いい。私と彼は互いにこよなく愛し愛されている。
So knowledge and devotion, these are the two primary features of the path.
なのでこのヨガという道においてこの知識と献身奉仕が、一番良い2つの道なわけですね。
Yeah, and it's a continuous search for knowledge.
終わることなきこの完全なる知識を求める探求であって、
Until
それはいつ終わるかといえば、
you find the knowledge.
その完全なる知識を見つけたとき終わるわけ。
And that means the infinite reality, the Lord's presence, is illuminated inside of you.
それがどういう状況になるかというと、そこまで行くと自分の内側で無限の、神というものが明るくはっきりと見えるわけですね。
Yeah. So the pure devotee is the one who has that full knowledge and who always is engaged in devotion.
なので完全な知識を持っている人っていうのは純粋な献身奉仕をずっと常にしている人です。
So enjoy the process of purification.
なので、そこに到着するまでの浄化の道を味わっていってください。
Yes. So this is it. This is what we're doing.
それを私たちはやっているわけですね。
And there's no guarantee about how long the process of purification can be. Maybe for you, you already are like 99% pure. And there's just that 1% thing that just boom, and then tomorrow you're totally done.
もしかしたらね、もう 99.9% 浄化終わってて、あと1個なんか起こらなきゃいけないことが今日起きて、明日には浄化完了ってなってる人もいるかもしれないからね。
Sometimes these young people, they haven't accumulated so much garbage like we have.
で特にね、この若い、参加者たちは僕たち大人みたいに、生きてきた中でたくさんのゴミを内側に入れてきてないので、
You can just see by the way the bodies can be so flexible.
体の柔らかさを見ても分かりますよね。
Yeah, with no effort.
そこに努力をしなくてももう体が開いている状態。
Like, he didn't practice probably at all in his life.
別にね、ヨガだって最近始めたもんね。ああね、he's been doing stretching.
A little bit, But you're only 12. Couldn't have been that much.
でも12歳だから何十年もストレッチしてたわけじゃないね。
I certainly did more than you.
僕の方がストレッチ絶対やってくるけど。
Yeah, when you start these practices young, it's very easy. The body can change much faster.
若くしてこの修行を始めると体はより変化しやすいうちに始められるので。
Same with anything. If you're engaging in spiritual life and you want spiritual principles, then doing that when you're young is, of course, you grow into it, as opposed to having to go erase into it.
で、それがね、どういった類の修行方法であれ、この魂の道を行く、その修行、その生き方に合うように自分が成長していくよね。若くして始めると。大人になって始めると、それにそぐわない、それに合わないものをどんどん消していかなきゃいけない。すでに手に入れたものを消していかなきゃいけないからね。
はい。7.18 Uttara sarva eva itte jnanitvat maiva me matam astita sahi yuktatma yamevanutamam gatim Udhara sarva evaite jnani tvatmaiva me matam ashtita hasi yuktadma mamevanutamam gatim. All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and most perfect goal.
こういった献身者はすべて疑いなく間違いなくすごく高く優れた尊い魂である。しかし私についての知識を十分に持つ者を私はまさに私自身のように思う。私への超越的奉仕を通して必ず最高で完璧な目的地である私のもとにやってくる。
I like the purport, the second sentence. He said, the Lord says that all are magnanimous because anyone who comes to the Lord for any purpose is called a Mahatma, a great soul.
いかなる目的でも主のもとに来る者はすべてマハトマ、すなわち偉大な魂だからであるという解説が好きですね。
はい。Yeah. But the one who has full knowledge is considered to be very dear to the Lord because his only purpose is to serve the Supreme Lord with love and devotion.
しかし完全な知識を持つ献身者は特に主と親愛なる関係にすごくいい相思相愛の関係にあるとみなされる。
It's true.
それは真実ですね。
Even from my perspective as a teacher in this course,
僕がこのコースの先生として言えるのは
the ones who show the knowledge I like so much, but the ones who have the knowledge and show it all perfectly, those are the ones that I'm like, wow, so great.
僕のこのコースで学んだことを、聞いて全部バッチリ答えて、しっかり学んでる人がいたらそれはやっぱりすごいなと思います、
We can't help it. We can't help it. Everybody's impartial.
Everybody is impartial.
All humans are all impartial.
All impartial.
Oh no, partial, sorry. Not impartial. Partial. Means that we favor something over another.
ね。
ね。
好き嫌い、より好みっていうのを全員するよね。
Kasi has arrived.
カシ先生到着です。
Let's do this last one from Srimad Bhagavatam at the bottom. Sadhavo hridayam mayam sadhunam hridayam tvaham madantyante teja jananti tena jananti naham tebyo managapi. The devotees are always in my heart, and I am always in the hearts of the devotees. The devotee does not know anything beyond me, and I also cannot forget the devotee. There is a very intimate relationship between me and the pure devotees. Pure devotees in full knowledge are never out of spiritual touch, and therefore they are very much dear to me.
献身者は常に、私の心に宿り、私も彼らの心から離れない。私以外のことは何も知らず、私も彼らを忘れることはできない。私と純粋な献身者の間には親密な、とても仲がいい関係がある。完全な知識を持つ純粋な献身者は、精神的な心からの交際から決して離れることがない。ゆえに彼らは私にとってとても愛おしい者たちである。
Nice.
いいですね。
You know, you don't need to be talented in asanas, actually.
アーサナが特別才能がある必要はないわけですね。
You don't need to be good at anything.
何
Only
かが
remembering.
何かが得意である必要はなく、ただただ忘れずに思い続けられればいい。
That doesn't require even intelligence.
それは特別賢い必要もないよね。
That's why this knowledge is universal.
だからこそ、すべての人に向けて、すべての人が目指せる知識なわけですね。
Even someone who is born with total mental retardation.
すごい精神的な、障害にしようかながある状態で生まれたとしても、
You know, some birth defect.
もう生まれつきの障害ね。
Totally, you know, the whole society shames the parents.
でもう社会が、その子の、両親を悪く言ってもね。
Ashtavakra. You know Ashtavakra?
Bhagavad Gita.
Do you remember Ashtavakrasana?
明日バクラーサナって覚えてるって。
Anybody remember Ashtavakrasana? Yes, Ashtavakrasana. 8 twisted limbs, it means. Nobody remembers Ashtavakrasana?
Oh, it's like the one that's very, very twisted, like when you're in Padma and...
Not Padmasana. This one, guys. This one. Who wants to do? Show it. Yes, 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 yes. Boom. No, that's right. That's right. Look up. Yeah. Ashtavakrasana.
明日はクラス
This guy, named after a great sage.
これは偉大な聖者の名前を取った朝だね
His father cursed him.
ああね、父親に呪われた子ね
Why?
なんででしょうか
Because he was doing mantras
マントラを唱えてたか
and he made a mistake.
らマントラを唱えてて間違えちゃった
When his wife was pregnant with Ashtavakra.
アシタバクラのお母さんが身ごもった時
And then he heard a giggle from inside when he made the mistake. He made a mistake. From inside the womb.
子宮の中で唱えてたマントラを間違ってるのをお父さん聞いたわけですね。あ、子宮の中でマントラ、お腹の中でマントラ間違えてる。
And then obviously the father was full of ego. He cursed his son. May you be born twisted and body deformed and have no use to anyone.
で、父親っていうのは頭がね、硬いですから、もうそんなやつは変な体で生まれて何の役にも立たないやつになれっていう呪いをかけちゃった。
And so he was.
なのでそうやって生まれちゃいました。
But even though his body was twisted and destroyed and in horrible shape, he still had an enlightened consciousness.
体ははちゃめちゃに歪んだ、体で生まれたけれども、悟りを持った精神で生まれたんですね。
And the story goes is that there was the king,
物語によると王様がいて、
King Janaka actually.
ジャナカを
He
ね、
had a dream.
夢を見ました。
The king's dream was that he was a homeless person, a beggar.
夢の中で王様は、小じでした。
And he spent all his whole day working so hard, begging, walking everywhere, trying to get enough money, enough paisa, which is like, do you have any monetary unit smaller than a yen?
No,
But before,
1000。
sen. So it's like 1 sen. It's like almost nothing.
で、もう一日中小じお金物乞いして、どうにか必要なお金、それが1000っていくらなんだ、まあ、0.1 円ぐらいしましょうか。
He had just enough money to buy like one like part of a chapati,
チャパティ1かけら
maybe
買え
like
るぐらいの、
a small amount of rice
手のひらにちょろっとしか乗らないぐらい
and
の
like a few lentils.
lentil？
Lentil.
ね、かちょろっとお豆
So he's cooking it.
でそれを料理して
And then suddenly a bull walking down the street comes and knocks everything over.
でやっと手に入れたそのちょっとのご飯を通ってきた牛がぶつかって全部どっか行っちゃいました。
It can happen in India. There's bulls and cows walking around everywhere. It can happen.
インドはね、お牛も目牛も通りを歩いてるからよくあるからね、そういうこ
So he was so upset, freaking out in the dream. Oh my God, no!
と。その夢の中でね、そういった状況になってなんでだってすごい取り乱したわけね。
So he woke up
で、起きて。
and he's like, he's like, I'm a king, but I had so much anxiety and so much bad feeling in this dream. Even though I have everything, I couldn't understand that I was anything but that beggar.
で、王として全てを持っているのに不安とか恐れとかいっぱいあるんだなってその古事記としての夢を見て思うわけですね。
So what is truth?
じゃあ真実とは一体何だ？
Am I the king or the beggar?
僕は古事記なのかそれとも王様なのか
Both were very real to me.
どっちも本当な気がする。
So we asked his whole kingdom.
で、王宮その国中に聞きました。
Anybody that can help me with my problem, please come.
僕のこの悩みに答えられる人どうか、来てください。
And you can come, and if you satisfy my requirement, then I'll give you my whole kingdom.
で、僕のこの悩みを解決してくれる人がいたら、この王宮を捧げましょう。
So everybody's coming. But he also had one stipulation, was that if you don't satisfy me, I will put you in jail.
ただ、僕の満
Don't
足
waste my
の
time.
答えが出なかったら、もう牢屋に入れちゃうよっていう条件付きでね。
So either you have confidence and you know the answer to this question, or just don't waste my time.
なので、つまりはもう確実に絶対答えられるっていう人以外は俺の時間の無駄にしないでくれってことです。
So anyway, many pundits and gurus who thought they knew something went and they ended up in jail.
で、きっと答えられると思ったグルとかね、そういう人たちが何人も挑戦したけど、牢屋に入っちゃいました。
Including Ashtavakra's father.
アシタバクラのお父さんもその一人。
So Ashtavakra's at home and he's talking to his mom and she's like a little bit upset and he's like, "Look, we're gonna have dinner or what? Like, I'm hungry. We're hungry. Let's eat some food." And the mom is like, "No, your father was arrested. He's in jail."
で、アシタバクラのお母さんは自分の旦那が、牢屋に入ったことを聞いて取り乱して、アシタバクラはね、お腹空いたしご飯食べようよ。 うのよ、お父さんが捕まっちゃったの。
Oh, like, come on, like we can eat.
別にそれでもいいじゃん、一旦食べよ
Oh, I'm too upset. If he doesn't come back, I don't think I can make anything.
う。いや、でも帰ってこないかもと思ったら何も夕飯なんか作れないわ。
So Ashtavakra makes his way to the castle,
なので、アシタバクラは、王宮まで行って、
and he's in the big throne room,
その王様の前に入って、
and he sees there's a cage in the corner with all the goods and stuff. They're all like looking depressed in there.
でその部屋に入ったら牢屋があって、グルたちがみんな牢屋の中でしょんぼりしてるのを見ます。
King Janaka's there, and there's a throne that he set up for the person to come and sit down to challenge.
で、王様は王様の椅子に座る。で、この王様にある種挑戦というか、答えを言ってみる人用の椅子もあって。
So as he approaches the throne, like all of the pundits and the gurus and stuff, they're like, oh my God, this freak! Look at this freak! He's gonna come. He thinks he can answer the king's question.
で、そ
He
の
can't even walk straight.
その牢屋の中にいるグルたちは普通にまっすぐ歩くこともできない明日ワクラの姿を見て、こんなやつが答えられるわけないじゃんってバカにして笑って
And then just before he sits down, the king goes, my son, are you sure you want to sit down here? You're a little young for this job, and maybe you're not up for the task.
で王様はすごく若いので、アステバクラがね、本当に大丈夫？これ大変なことだよ、できるのっていうわけですね。
He says, don't listen to those guys in the cage. They don't understand anything.
で、アステバクラは牢屋の中に入ってるその人たちは何も分かってないから、その人たちが何言っても気
But
にしな
why
い。
did you come?
じゃあ何しに来たんだ？
I need to eat dinner.
僕は夕飯食べなきゃいけないんで、
So I need to free my father.
父親連れて帰んなきゃいけ
So
な
he
いん
sits
です
down
よ
on the throne.
って言って、椅子に座ります。
And the king asks him, okay, he tells the story.
じゃあ OK、言ってみろ。
And then Ashtavakra says, actually, you're neither.
で
You're neither the king
うん
nor the beggar.
で、アシタワクラは王様に、あなたは王様でもないし、古事記でもないです。
Says your true identity is pure and perfect spirit.
あなたの正体は完璧な純粋な魂です
To。think otherwise is the illusion.
そうじゃないって思うんだったら、それはただの思い込み、幻です。
These so-called pundits and gurus, they look at me, they see a crooked boy.
で、ここのグルと言われるような人たちは私を見て、体が、おかしい体の人と思ったけど、
But they don't understand that no matter how twisty the river, the water still flows the same.
でも川はどれだけ、ぐにゃぐにゃしてたって水は流れていきますよね。
So, and he gives a whole satsang.
っていうような形でこのサットさんが話をするわけですね、王様に。
King Janaka falls to his feet.
で、ジャナカ王はアシタワクラの足元にひれ伏します。
Oh my God, you answered my problem, and I feel very satisfied, and I want to study from you, my guru.
で、もうあなたの答えに本当に満足して、おります。あなたをグルとしてあなたのもと学びたいです。王様は
I give you my whole kingdom.
この王宮をすべてあなたに捧げます。
He says, no, I don't need your kingdom. Keep your kingdom. You're the king.
いや、僕は王国とかいらないから、自分でどうにかして。
I just want to have dinner.
僕ただ夕飯食べたいだけなん
That's all I
で。
want.
夕飯食べたいだけなん
Let
で。
my father, let all these people go, and then we'll talk later.
ね、お父さんとにかく連れて帰るんでまた後で話しましょう。
So Ashtavakra got his dinner.
で、アシタワクラは夕飯食べれ
And
ま
then
した。
to that pose, there's many stories of him. He's a great guru.
素晴らしいグルに後になるアシタワクラの話はいろいろありますよ。
Yeah. So it's not about any visual thing, anything you see. All of these things are bewildering conditions that confuse the sense-obsessed, materially obsessed.
で、私たちは五感に頼っていたり、物質的なものに依存しているので、目で見てどう見えるかっていうところを気にしちゃうけど、それに私たちが惑わされるだけで、それは本質じゃないですね。
So maybe tomorrow we'll do Ashtavakrasana.
明日はじゃあアシタバクラー
Or,
サナ
or Cassie can do it.
かカシーさんのクラスかな。
Vanchakalpateru vyacha kripasadhu vyayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Arigato minasan. Online ashram short class today. Shumimasen. Hozu Nachi Moena, my wife Shihoko, who's teaching on Saturday, right? Matsunaga Megumi, we love you. Bye bye. Hariom.